Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I am working as DevOps engineer. Guys, this is the second part where we are going to do the GitOps approach with Helm ArgoCD. So what we have done in the previous video, we just spin up the EKS cluster through the Terraform. What I've done, I've included the Terraform code in the Git repo, which is going to be available for you. So if you haven't watched this particular video, you can watch that, right? And we are now going to trigger the pipeline. So regarding the steps, I've already covered regarding the GitLab runners in my past videos. You can watch those. So from here, what we are going to do, and I'm going to show you the steps what you need to do. You need to navigate to the CI/CD. First of all, you need to make sure that your runners are running right, and so, guys, regarding the runner, I've already shared the information. We have in past videos we have configured the shell runner and Docker runner, right? I mean Docker in Docker and shell run. That is already covered in previous videos. So, what's new here? You need to click on the settings CI/CD section. Click on the variables. So you need to make sure you need to set these environment variables, and definitely, you need to provide your access key. Simply, what you can do, simply take the screenshot of this and simply create it. So this is the access key ID, right? And this is the account ID, default region. I'm using US East one. You need to provide your account ID. Directory token, I've made videos regard to the directory. So we are going to actually test our pipelines, and we are going to test our pipeline regarding the valid Kubernetes YAML schema version for our EKS. For instance, let me show you from the pipeline. So if I navigate to the pipeline, if you navigate to the section directory, right? So if you want to see the detailed videos as I discussed with you, you need to see the whole video regarding the directory which I've created. So for instance, this is the version, this is the schema version which I'm going to test, but it is not correct. So what I'm going to do, let me take a shell into my machine, and let's say open a terminal here, and I'm going to uh, see the schema. So let me do SU, and if I do kubectl get nodes, I just want to see what version I'm getting. Okay, so okay, in fact, I have not imported the EKS cluster locally. So the command you can do AWS EKS, this is the EKS cluster. So update kubeconfig. Name of the cluster is Cloud Geeks EKS. I think EKS dev, but definitely you can check it. So navigate to this EKS dev. Yeah, this is correct. So and the region is going to be US East one. So I have already added my access keys and secret access keys. So it's going to import the cluster, but I need to check the name. Yeah, there is a typo. O is missing, right? So let's try to do that again. So in case cluster imported and see the version. So I'm going to do the commit according to the correct version of my EKS. So this is the version of my Kubernetes 1.23.13. So now I just want to do one commit here. It is going to do the test, and I'm going to show you some of the explanation regarding the pipeline. So let's edit this guy, and we are going to edit this from the UI, right? So let me do that, and I'm going to update this version to this one dot 13, right? So I need to navigate to this section where we are using the directory. So it should be 1.3. Okay, sorry, it should be here. So let me update this guy, and I'm going to do commit here, and I'm going to commit it. I'm going to do the commit. So guys, I'm going to do the commit. So navigate to this section and create a commit. EKS version is 1.23.13, right? Create a commit and commit in the same branch main. So it is going to create a commit, and once you do the commit, it is going to automatically trigger the pipeline. So navigate to the pipeline section, and as the settings are according to the tags which I've covered in past videos. So you see pipeline is triggered, and these are the stuff in detail I've covered in my past videos. What is Docker in Docker? So you will see the idea, and the previous are getting a shell into that particular container, and this is Docker. All is configured in containers, not in servers, right? So currently this pipeline is has been triggered, and you see is a Docker executor. Currently we are not taking anything or doing anything with this. So let me cover this part with you. In fact, all the pipeline I just want to show you. Let me start from the beginning. And this is the image which we are going to use. And just tell you this pipeline is going to be failed at the stage where we are going to push the image, because we have not created this um, repo. But let me do that before it reach that particular stage. So if I navigate to this section, navigate to the ECR, let me create one repository where we are going to build, sorry, where we are going to push our images. Definitely you are doing the CI part through GitLab Runner. So simply you need to paste this guy, and I mean use this name. I'm using this name in the variable section, right? And create a repo. So okay, that part is fixed, and let me close the other stuff. So guys, these are the variables. Image name is going to be this locally. Then later on, we are going to tag below this image according to our account, right? And repository name. So this is the image tag, and this is going to be taken from the automatically taken from the pipeline. So this is the variable provided by GitLab itself. So you can take those. So the this is going to be the Docker file location. ECR registry is this one. You see, if I navigate to this section, this registry has been created, right? And we need to update the account number, and we have already done through the variable in account variable sections. So let me cover that part. So build in shell is going to be like it is going to take a shell into that particular Docker container, right? And it is going to build that image, and we are going to do the image name is taken from this is taken from this variable, and tag is going to be this Docker file is already there in the pipeline. So let me navigate to the section Docker file. So this is our Docker file simple. In the next application we are going to create. So navigate to the build section, and in Docker file you will see the one HTML file, right? So then we are actually reducing the size of our image, because I'm taking the default Nginx. The size of the actual image when we are building it is going to be about 400 megabytes, but we are using the Docker Slim. It reduced the size of the image at unbelievable rate. I mean, your application is going to have only those uh, packages which are required by your application are going to be available in your container, and that's what we need. So the size is going to be reduced from, I think, 400 MB to just 12 MB, and then we are going to push. So the advantage is that security is going to be high, the scalability is going to be quick. So that's why I'm using all the stuff in my pipeline. So this is just not the basic pipeline. You see, this is the Docker Slim. Let me tell you some of the stuff. So you see some of the stuff and images. Let me show you the pipeline. I mean, navigate to the stuff. So later. So you see, few seconds ago, this is the size 12.4 MB, and when it created that particular image, let me scroll it down for you. So this is the actual size 458 MB reduced to 12.4 MB, and when it pushed to ECR, even it is going to reduce the size around about 5-6 MB. So that is the considerable amount of difference, right? And you will see that I mean, application is going to be more secure and more scalable. Because that part is done, and uh, this is the Docker Slim, right? And Docker in Docker is something that I added for learning purpose. It is going to create a new Docker container in that particular file. So with Docker, um, Docker in Docker, what we are doing actually, we are doing nothing. We just using this command to see what we have in our Docker file. So let me navigate back to the pipeline section. I just want to show you I'm using all the commands, but we are doing nothing. So simply click this guy and navigate to the section Docker in Docker. You see, so I'm using just basic command to show you guys what we have, the images, the ls command, the pwd present working directory, and this is the tag. So all the basic information to see what is the difference between the shell executor and the Docker executor. So that is what Docker in Docker. Now we are then pushing to ECR. So let me see where we are currently. As I told you, this is the three and the in 4 stages. I covered 3 jobs. Docker in Docker. Docker. We are just using basic commands. Docker Slim reduce the size. Docker build Docker is going to build the image, which is going to be of size 458 MB, and then we are going to reduce that size to this level, which is 12.4 MB. And when we will be pushing to our ECR, it is going to be reduced to around about 5-6 MB. So this is pretty much production level, we are doing the stuff here. So you see, these are the environment variable which I already shown you in the start of the videos. I'm exporting those, and I need to update echo login to I mean, um, I should remove this. So log into ECR, I should add it. So anyway, it is going to push the image and see the size of the image. Navigate to this repo. It has pushed. So you see, 12 MB reduced to 5.80 MB. Then later on, what we are going to do, we are going to navigate to the other stage where we are actually the pipeline is completed successfully. We are doing the testing from through Dartree. These are the Helm. You see, I mean, these are the manifests. Although all the stuff in we are actually doing with Helm, but with Helm template command, let me show you that part. So navigate to the section Create application unit testing. So what we are doing here, we are going to use the Helm template command to this is the repository, right? So this is the repository, and we are going to actually put this particular file in a directory.yml. So Helm template command show the complete template of your Helm chart, right? So what we are doing here, we are actually cloning our private repository. So let me show you that. And the keys I've already provided. And regarding that provided repo, so I've already added that particular token, specific token to this repo. So this is the private repo. You see, this is the private repo. I'm pulling this guy, And in this, we have our Helm chart, which I've already shared in this repo. In this GitLab repo. So you see, it has automatically updated this commit, and later in the next stage, I'm going to show you how we are doing it. And let me navigate back to the section. Right, okay, this is how we are doing the manifest testing of our K8. If everything is compatible with this version, our YAML files, we are testing it with directory. For that, we need directory token. For free, it's open source. You can create account and add this simple step, test your YAML manifest. And I've just added a small amount of um testing just to make this guy pass. But definitely, you see, total rules failed 0. But definitely, you need to make sure you can add a lot of stuff regarding your security and whatever you want to add. That your application should not be running as a root container, and your manifest should not include any stuff regarding the which is going to deploy the stuff in the default namespace. So these sort of basics things, and definitely advanced thing as well, you can do that. So this is where we are going to use the image updater. So it is just a basic bash script where we are going to use the image updater, right? So currently what I have done, I have not actually configured the ArgoCD. I'm going to do that to save the time, and I will be back in a moment. So in this step, what we are doing here, we are going to clone the same repo in the other stage, right? And then we are going to update the image tag, right? So I'm just echoing here, right? But what I'm going to do, then I'm going to cd to this guy, which is this repo. So let me do that. So this is going to be this directory I'm cloning here, because I've provided the token, and the cloning is going to be with this command. Let me show you this command. So I'm cloning with this command. So this is the private repo token. You see, this is the important command. And to make it secure, what I have done, I've added environment variable in the section where in the start of my video showing you how you can do that simply. This token has only specific permission to the Git repo, to that particular repository. So this is the token I'm talking about, right? So let me close that, and I'm cloning it here. Then I'm going to cd into that particular directory, and first of all, I'm going to see the cat status. And what we are going to do, we are going to simply update our values.yaml file with the script. And what script we are going to use? So navigate to this section and navigate to the file section. And this is the image updater.shell. So argo image.updater.shell is nothing, just I'm going to override the existing values.yaml with these values. So as you know, for the repository, this is the account ID and this is the ECR registry. And the latest tag you see is coming from the this pipeline. So navigate to this pipeline section. Latest is 26. So navigate to this repo, and you see it has been 6 minutes. This value .yaml has been updated, and we are going to do through through the GitOps approach by doing the commit instead of manually doing um, I mean the CD continuous deployment part. So if you do it manually, it is going to be continuous delivery where you can manually update this file. But we are doing here continuous deployment, so automated update of our application. So you see, this is the account ID has been updated, and this is the image tag. And let me navigate to the pipeline section. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to create a commit and say, I'm saying this is the username, this is the email, and we are going to do the commit with these Helm values, right? And I'm saying this is the image account and registry, and this is the image tag. So if I navigate to this section, you see these are the value, and if I click this, you will see that the values are updated. Previously, this was the account I was using, and now these values are updated. Image tag has updated. So now what we are going to do, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to configure the Argo CD here, and I will be back after a while. So guys, I decided to create a new video regarding that other stuff to show you in the Argo CD. So I'm going to close this video here as a part 2 video, and I will be back with the last part in the next video. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel, and have a nice day.